this work, I believe, in your past in investing in properties, right?
Quite a bit of renovation. It would be wonderful to have had, that advantage back then when I was doing it.
Yeah, so, we have that here for you guys, our listeners. Remember to reach out to us. We are here with Pacific Horizon Financial. They're going to be continuing the next segment talking about more about how do I qualify and more questions for Ron. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to 760 KFMB. I am your host, Sandra Love. Co-hosting with me today, Deja Correa with San Diego Funding. If you missed our last segment, you know what? We are going to share it with you. What I love with Ron with Pacific Horizon Financial said, he said, Sandra, we have the PHF no-no, and then that way you guys can convert it into the VA no-no. So what was that? Okay, let me go ahead and tell you guys. PHF no-no, we were talking, Ron, right, about these properties that possibly can't get any conventional loaning, FHA lending, loans for FHA or conventional or any other type of lending. So what do? You reach out to Pacific Horizon Financial because you couldn't get a loan otherwise, so it's a no-no. And he actually will help you. And if you're a flipper or investor or you want to make sure that you don't miss the boat on this wave either, because the market is still very hot and prices are going up, but the competition is there. But we want to give you guys all the tools for your tool belt, all the different tools, all the different things that you could do. So if there's an investor out there thinking, I want to do that, I want to do what RBD Ventures did, and my gosh, almost 200 homes that they have actually flipped and sold and now put back into the market. And they said, I love when Brian said the VA no-nos. They love VA no-nos to put VA clients into, or borrowers into their homes. Well, I love that.
Savvy sellers realize the strength in a VA offer and with the VA buyer. I mean, this is someone that the Veterans Administration is guaranteeing portion of their loan. It's a very solid loan program.
Oh, perfect. So right before the break, I was asking Ron, what are the qualifications? And Ron just began to touch a little bit on that. Ron, can you continue for our listeners? What are the qualifications? Do I have to bring, a laundry list of things, or is it difficult? Is it pretty easy? What's the process?
When we start out with a new person, we do like to know who they are. I mean, we will ask for a tax return. We will get a credit report. We'll do the things that a bank does, but we don't use the same underwriting criteria. We're much more concerned about the person's character than his credit. People can have had an incident that caused bad credit, but that doesn't make them bad people.
Now, you have the 5 C's, which I love. You and I had talked about this. What are the 5 C's that I just, like you said right now, character, right?
Yeah, you have character, credit, capital, conditions.
Okay.
And
I think this credit score, is the credit score a big thing? Or I know that you guys look at it. I think a red flag would go up if somebody's credit score is like 300, but I don't know. Like you said, you want to look at their character as well.
Well, you have to look and see what the cause was, Sandra. And usually you can do that. Okay. If you have a history of terrible credit, then I don't want to deal with that. Okay. But a lot of people, they get a divorce. I had a guy that fell off a steel beam, and he was laid up for 2 years, and he couldn't work. And so that caused a problem. When he was able to come back to work, he was great. So we have the ability to look at that and say, this was a one-time incident, and it can be overlooked because it's not a habit for this person. There's a reason for it. So I'm very concerned. We rely on collateral because that's our main way to get it back, but I also am very much in favor of borrowers with good character.
I think that's important, that you always have to take a look at that. And like you said, sometimes no fault of their own, the economy, an accident, anything could happen, divorce. And so there's a little blip there, but like you said, it all depends, depends on what's happening. And like if you have, years and years and years of bad credit, then that's probably a different story, like you said. But I love that the opportunity is there from, the PHF no-no to the VA no-no. So I love it. So for our listeners, pick up the phone, call us right now, 888-571-9595, 888-571-95. Ron is saying, Sandra, I want to say something else. What?
I thought of something the other night, and a long time ago when I was fussing over whether or not I should buy this 6-unit building. I was somewhat afraid if I could afford it. And a senior agent in the office said to me, "Why are you worrying about it? If you can't afford it, the bank won't give it to you." And that may be something that we offer to the people that are saying, "Gee, can I really get out there and do a fixer flipper?" And we've had some people that have never done one. I think I told you about a school teacher that was...
Yes, I love that story.
Yeah, she was making $45,000 a year, didn't know anything about real estate, had heard about the flippers, went out and bought one, brought it back in and said, "I want to do this." We looked at it and said, "Gee, I'm not sure you want to do that. It looks to us like you're only going to make about $15,000, and that's pretty thin. It could go the other way too." She said, "Well, $15,000 is a lot of money to me. Thank you for telling me. I want to take the chance." And in 15 months, she had done 4 homes and netted about $120,000.
Oh my gosh! So her salary as a teacher from $45,000 a year. She's thinking, do I want to do this? I don't know. She consulted with the experts, with Ron, and he's saying, well, it's a little slim there, but for her, the $15,000 gain is still, pretty good amount for her, and she went ahead and did it.
Well, it worked out better than that. We were looking at it as we do, somewhat conservatively, and the market was moving, and so it all worked well for her. But she did this in her spare time. Now, we did help. We didn't like the first contractor she had, so we supplied another one. That made a big difference. And, of course, we look at the budgets and we look at everything so that it's a cross-check for somebody going into them. We're not gonna let you lose our money.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I'm glad that you said that. And actually, if you can come back, Ron, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have Chris Bedgood, who is a good friend of mine. He is going to have a show on A&E, Flip San Diego. And he started just like, you were talking about, thinking, well, do I want to do this? Can I afford to do this? And oh my goodness, it's just amazing. And now he is going to be on A&E on Flip San Diego. So I'd love for you to come back on the show and talk to him and, talk about how easy this is to really do. You're consulting with experts. You're not just going to go borrow money. And you heard from Ron. He actually helped a school teacher look at it conservatively. And there you go. 15 months later, she is with this huge, huge profit. So I want that for our listeners out there. There's lots and lots of opportunity. There's still, lending. Deja and I talked earlier. Mortgage matters because mortgage matters.
Yeah, your mortgage definitely matters.
Does matter. So, there's the opportunity of the VA no-no. There's the FHA conventional. Interest rates are still relatively low. They're not even in the double digits. So just make sure that you guys take some action, take a step forward. Let's go ahead and move forward. Now is the time.